What's up, and welcome back to another kind of funny live trailer reaction. This time, too, the Game of Thrones spinoff, House of the Dragon, coming to HBO Max in 2022. As always, I'm Tim Geddes, and I'm joined by the big dog, Kevin Coelho,
Oh, man. Can't wait to watch this.
the producer slash seducer, Nick Scarpino. Uh-oh, you're muted.
Am I?
Oh, you're not. You just didn't get picked up.
Hello.
There he is. I'm gonna love that voice. And of course, joining us for this one, we got the master of hype, Snowbike Mike.
Yo, I'm into Game of Thrones, y'all. Unlike Kevin, I'm excited about this, everybody.
I just said I was excited about this.
Kevin, why don't you get excited about this?
Get
Get excited, Kevin.
God. So here we go. We have a minute and 17-second teaser trailer. I gotta say, this kind of came out of nowhere for me. I didn't expect to get this. I for some reason, this felt a lot further out than it seems to be. But let's get right into it. Hit play, Kev. Oh, God. The music, come on.
Gods. Kings.
Oh, that sword is sick.
Fire. And blood. Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons.
Oh, shit. Ah. Wanted a date. Dude, the Iron Throne
Yo.
looks crazy. Can you go to that bit real quick towards the end? Holy shit, I love all the swords all over it.
I feel like that's a direct
dope.
answer to all the complaints of people being like, "Oh, the throne looks nothing like it's supposed to." Oh,
Wow.
it is.
That's sick.
That's insane. So is that the same? Is that King's Landing? Is that the same throne room as King's Landing, or is
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
this throne?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to some of the locations that we know and loved. All the imagery. I mean, can lightning strike twice? That's all I'm thinking in my mind right now. Can they do it again? Because this is going to be awesome.
I mean, I gotta say, this got me a lot more excited than I expected to be. I kind of was going in thinking I was gonna leave just being a little timid on it, like, I don't know that I really want this. But like, the one thing that this is screaming at me is production quality. Like that is the something that Game of Thrones does that is like pretty much unmatched with, especially in terms of costume design and all that. And we're seeing so much of that here. Like even the pin of the hand and all that stuff. Prequels are difficult, and especially Game of Thrones, not necessarily. I'm not feeling too hot about it as of recent times, and this does feel way sooner than I expected. But at the same time, I mean, hey, I'm ready to get back into this. What do you think, Nick?
I mean, I was kind of on your side with this, where I'm like, I don't need more Game of Thrones. I wasn't especially happy with the way the original series ended. I like the cast of this so far. If I'm looking at this correctly, it's the guy that was the old Doctor Who.
Matt Smith, yeah, right?
Yeah, Matt Smith. He's obviously, I love him in The Crown. He played the young King Edward, I believe, in The Crown. And I think there's if I'm not crazy, is that Olivia Cook in one of these parts?
Oh, is it?
I think I saw her for a brief second, right? Not there. Oh god, right there. Is that her?
Oh shit, that's totally her. Yeah,
That's wild. So I mean, I'm a huge fan of her
that's
from.
awesome.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure she's been in a bunch of stuff. She was in Thoroughbreds. She was in
Thoroughbreds.
Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. So she's awesome.
Ready Player One.
Yes, Ready Player One. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm curiously optimistic right now to be sucked back into this world. And it's interesting because obviously the majority of this is centering around presumably what House Targaryen. Was that the Dragon House?
Yeah.
Which one was it? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Emily's house. So could be cool, but I'm also of the mind that prequels are not as fun because we all know how even 200 years later how it ends. So we'll see if they can build some hype for it.
The interesting thing is, I think there's a lot of things that they can play on that we don't know of. Like a big thing was the Targaryens got kicked out of Valeria or Old Valeria, and then there was what was it called, the Devastation or something, where it like all explodes. So I wonder if we get any of that, or has that already happened at this point? I'm also like, I'm excited about the cast. I'm excited about the fact that like we probably won't see like White Walkers and stuff, and I feel like that's where they drop the ball hardest. I'm also really interested with the like, is this family they show here like Dorne, because that like plays a big part in the like lore of them never being able to conquer Dorne. So I feel like there's a lot
That's
of really
definitely Dorne based on
Okay.
the outfits.
yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what this
Right
family
there.
here.
Yeah.
And that like I feel like
Maybe
all
it's
of that.
not.
It's weird. It's interesting.
That's the throne behind him, isn't it?
No, yeah, but that's a different shot. They're
yeah, good
juxtaposing
point.
these shots, I think, on purpose to like kind of confuse us. But I'm definitely, I'm like shockingly excited about this because I was not excited at the end of the last season of Game of Thrones, and I think that it's got like a Capricorn there though, so
Yeah, what's
I'm
his
very
emblem?
curious to
Go back to the
see.
emblem.
Yeah, right there.
I can't see. It's dark. Yeah.
It's like a horse, top
Seahorse?
horse, bottom fish.
Yeah,
Is it a
seahorse
seahorse?
looking thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that not a Capricorn?
I don't know what a
Capricorn
Capricorn is, if I'm being
Don't know.
honest.
Don't know, Kevin.
So I just think there's a lot of things they can move on. I'm very curious to see if they're gonna try to normalize the sister wife things. Like, there's just a lot of random shit that they like threw out. That it's gonna be interesting to see them like how they tackle it.
Double down on it.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things. Like the first season, I think of this is really exciting. Of like our expectations, like it's gonna set our expectations for the future seasons. So I'm actually intrigued, and certainly this trailer got my attention in a great way.
So what's interesting here, I'm looking at this that gets me excited as well, is the composer's returning. And obviously the music in Game of Thrones is so fan-fucking-tastic. And on top of that, the showrunner is Miguel Sapochnik, who's the guy that did all of the dopest episodes. He's the one that did the Hard Home and Battle of the Bastards and all that, like all the big event episodes. So that's pretty cool. I mean, they got the team, and DB and Benioff are not part of this at all. So there's that.
For better or for worse on that one. But I mean, what's the real question is what was George R. Martin's involvement in this? Like, is he a story consultant on it? Do we know?
I don't know. No idea.
We
I
know
feel
he
like
was a
that's
story
where-
consultant in the last season, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Where it's like that no longer means as much to me as it did before. So I'm very excited. There's an all new team. I don't know if they're directly adapting this from books because I know there's the Dunk and Egg series. They kind of tackle some.
I
of
got
this
you,
stuff.
Kev.
Yeah,
I got
there
you
you go,
here.
Tim.
So it's an upcoming the House of Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel, is an upcoming American epic fantasy drama series created by George R. R. Martin and Ryan J. Condal for HBO. It's a prequel to television series Game of Thrones and is based on Martin's 2018 novel Fire and Blood. So it chronicles the beginning of the end of House Targaryen and the events leading up to the Targaryen Civil War, known as the Dance of the Dragons. God, that is such a cool sentence. Yeah, 10 episodes.
Wait, what was
for the
that?
first
That
season.
last line. It chronicles what? The beginning to the end.
The beginning of the end of House Targaryen.
Oh, interesting. So that's past their takeover, right?
I mean, yeah, it would make sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 200 years. The 200 years thing is interesting because it's far enough that it kind of can just be its own thing, and like there can be events that happen that we don't know the results of, but then it's also close enough that it can still connect to places and characters, or at least family lineages that we know of. Which I don't know, man. I'm in.
Yeah.
For you guys, you won me over. All it took
That's-
was a couple music notes. I'm an
Oh,
easy
you
bitch.
know that. Yep. The music hits and you're in right away. What I'm really excited about, what's the intro going to look like? Because that intro is iconic. I really want to know, will they do something similar? Will they change it up and make it brand new and special? Because
I
that was
think-
so special. That
I
was
think
so
it would be cool to do exactly what they did before, but just update it with the house flags for the actual regions they're supposed to be from. So if the Targaryens are in King's Landing, because that was always the cool thing. You'd see the flags, you'd see like the Winterfell flag and all those things. And it'll be interesting to see like give us the geography of where everything is right now, and all the pieces on the chessboard, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would want, for it to be basically the same, but the cities look a little different, like smaller, and the houses are all like changed up.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll
But some
never
of them that we
forget-
recognize.
I'll never forget the first time I saw that. I was like, that's the dopest thing ever. And then I think it was like midway through one of the seasons when they had introduced the new place. And then all of a sudden that was in the intro. You're like, are you kidding me? It was like I felt like
cool.
I felt I was just like, this is the coolest thing that they've ever done. Like, are they gonna keep doing this? I'll keep watching this.
Yeah,
The
man.
only title sequence I always watched all the way through.
I can't believe that I'm back in. That
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like stoked. Like realize like now that I know when it takes place, like that takes me out a little bit just because it would be cool to see them leave Valyria and go to the whatever the place Stormborn or no, they're like big old house. But this is still exciting, and I think that there's enough that can come from this that we didn't know about that'll still
Pause
leave
it
us
here,
shocked.
Kev. I just want to talk about this goddamn sword for a second.
Mm.
Like, look at that with the freaking
Badass.
dragon on the hill.
dragons.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Nick,
ooh,
you out
dragon
here.
ring.
that's
My
fire.
question
Yeah,
is
Travis.
when were the dragons wiped out? Is this during the period where they were actually had a bunch of dragons?
I think this is when they start to be fewer.
They start, yeah, okay.
Yeah, 'cause I think
presumably
it
we're gonna
was
see some dragons in this.
At the end of this, because this leads to the Dance of Dragons, which is their civil war. A bunch of the dragons die, so there should be a fair amount of dragons now, but there'll
We
be
hear
smaller.
a dragon at the end of this. We hear the roar.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we better
Yeah.
get some dragons all up in this. I'm so excited about it.
But
I
I hope
can't
that-
wait to
I
jump
hope
back.
they put a lot of money in this. I hope that the
I mean, look,
dragons
they
look
are.
great. No, I
that-
know, but I'm saying like I hope we do get dragons. Like I hope 6 seasons from now we're watching this giant epic where dragons are all flying in the sky, ripping their drivers off them. Ah, it's interesting.
Yeah. So what I'm most interested in is, are they going to treat this like a spinoff, or are they going to treat this like a continuation in terms of like a premiere prestige? This is HBO's show that they expect you to watch. Like, I hope that it's treated that way. I hope that
it's
this
gonna
isn't
get-
just like
no, dude. This is gonna get the royal treatment for sure from HBO. They're gonna get full tilt into this for sure.
It's funny you bring that up, Tim, because that's what my mind jumped to. Is like if you remember season 1, we didn't have HBO Max, so it was required viewing that Sunday night to watch it. I went to friend's house, went at home and watched it. And like now we all have HBO Max. We'll watch it at midnight on Thursday when it drops. Will it still be the same kind of feel as it once did way back in the day? That's what I'm excited to as well. The whole conversation around it.
I mean, we're
Well,
definitely
Is it
gonna
gonna
see.
be Thursdays or is it gonna be Sundays?
Oh, I just made that date up. Who knows?
I was
what
gonna
it
say,
is? I just
I-
made
because
but
that
it
remember
date
it
will-
was always Sunday must watch, right? So it was
Mhm.
always one of those fascinating things. You got to sit down and actually like start your week with a little bit of Game of Thrones and start talking around the water cooler on Monday. But like, can you believe what the Targaryens are up to this time?
yeah, that's actually an interesting point though, because I don't know what the consistency is of HBO releases, or if there is any.
They will be-
in
this will
terms of
be
HBO
weekly.
of H. Well, no, I know it'll be weekly, but in terms of like if there's a drop date, like Disney Plus has the same date every week. We know
Well-
TV shows are on Wednesdays and that movies are on Fridays. But with HBO Max versus HBO, it's interesting. Like, this is like one of the first major HBO shows. I mean, I guess we'll have to look at like Succession, right?
which comes out.
Yeah, I
When did that come
I don't watch Succession. I don't know how they do it.
I think
But
that comes out on the 17th, right, of this month. Succession, which
Yeah,
but I could be wrong on that number.
I wouldn't be
That's a
surprised
Sunday.
if they did it same date, same time for HBO.
Yeah, I
Max
was
and
gonna
HBO.
say that's what Barrett says in the chat, and I do remember that they would drop it at the same time it would air on the East Coast, so you would be able to watch it on your HBO
couple
Max
hours
a
earlier,
minute,
yeah.
a minute later, essentially,
Yeah.
and you would still be able to sync it up. So it will be fun to see that because, like you said, Tim, like we're in a different world now with the apps and the release times than it was with season 1 of this Game of Thrones. So it'll be really cool to see what they do. I can't wait.
Selfishly,
Yeah.
I hope we can watch it Sunday night. I hope everyone it drops at like
I
8
think it
o'clock on a
will.
Sunday night.
I
That
think
would
we
be
will
nice.
too. Just to be clear, the thing I think is interesting is HBO Max is the only one of the streaming services that also has its channel, like also has the TV side
Yeah.
of things, and so it's still kind of a new idea to have
But-
HBO Max branded content that's also debuting HBO. But they're clearly doing it with things like Succession and White Lotus and stuff. So
Yeah, but I also
the
I don't-
answer's clear. It's Sunday.
I don't think that's necessarily new in the sense that like HBO Go it did exist at that time, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying in terms of the branding of how they didn't market it as an HBO Go show. They're marketing this as an HBO
Right,
Max
right.
show. But whatever, it's semantics. But anyways, I'm interested. 2022, Get hype, baby. We're about to have a lot of damn fun shows to watch every freaking week. And of course, we'll be doing reactions here on youtube.com/KindaFunny. We have our show Screencast where we do our trailer reviews. We also do our TV reviews, movie reviews, all that fun stuff. And we're going to be doing a whole bunch of it in 2022. Of course, we got all the Marvel shows. We got the Star Wars shows. We got DC's Peacemaker from James Gunn coming in January. How is that so soon? Anyways, get hyped, everybody. Love you all. Bye.